Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. The South American outfit could secure Facundo Pellistri on a loan deal this summer. According to Uruguayan journalist Sebas Giovanelli, Boca Juniors are looking at the possibility of trying to secure a loan deal for Manchester United winger Facundo Pellistri in the current summer transfer window. After joining the Red Devils from Penarol in October 2020, the Uruguayan youngster has had limited game time, featuring in just 10 matches for the English Giants during that period. All of his appearances for his parent club occurred last season, with four of them in the Premier League. However, there have been numerous rumors circulating about his future at the club this summer. Pellistri is currently with the main squad in the United States and recently made a second half appearance against Real Madrid. The winger showcased his abilities and reminded United fans of his vast potential. Coming on as a second half substitute, he displayed flashes of brilliance, including a remarkable piece of skill that left Eduardo Camavinga chasing shadows as he skillfully evaded the tackle. In addition, the 21-year-old was also involved in the game against Arsenal last week, and after the match, he revealed that he had discussions with head coach Erik ten Hag regarding a potential summer departure from the club. Recently, Boca Juniors are expressing strong interest in Pellistri, and the Argentine club is eager to engage in discussions with United about a possible loan deal. The South American side could be an attractive destination since they are aiming to sign the attackers this summer. They have already signed Edinson Cavani and would like to have Pellistri on the flanks. Despite being part of Ten Hag's long-term plans, the winger currently has only 2 years remaining on his contract, with the option for an additional 12 months. He is currently lower down the pecking order in terms of starting roles for the wide positions at United. For now, the youngster will be aiming to participate in United's last friendly match of their preseason tour in the United States against Borussia Dortmund. However, his future past the current tour is still uncertain. Lazio president reveals manager Maurizio Sarri blocked move for Man United midfielder Fred. Lazio president Claudio Lotito has said he was interested in signing Manchester United midfielder Fred, but the move was blocked by manager Maurizio Sarri. It was reported earlier that Lazio are one of the clubs keen on landing Fred. Lotito was ready to enter talks with United over a possible transfer for the Brazil international. However, he revealed Fred will not be joining his team as former Chelsea manager Sarri does not want to sign him. He told El Messaggero via Manchester Evening News, "I was prepared to open talks with Man United and bid for Fred, but Sarri told me no, he doesn't want Fred. He did the same with Lo Celso. Sarri wants Zelensky and Ricky." The 30-year-old has just 1 year left in his contract with United, and they want to raise funds by offloading him this summer. Fred has made 213 appearances for United since signing from Shakhtar Donetsk in 2018. He has been a fine servant, often used in big games, with his energy being his biggest asset. However, Erik ten Hag wants more technical players in his squad. Mason Mount has made his way to Old Trafford from Chelsea. He will fight with Christian Eriksen for the number 8 spot. United are interested in signing Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat, but his arrival depends on player sales in the coming weeks. Galatasaray and Fulham are other clubs reported as potential suitors for the Brazilian ace. The Turkish club made their first bid for Fred, but United turned it down as it did not meet their asking price of £20 million. Manchester United forward decision update amid Adidas claim. Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood may well be about to return to being in and around the first team picture if the latest reports are to be believed. After an internal investigation by the club, which has lasted nearly 18 months, United's main sponsor, Adidas, has given the green light for the forward to return to Old Trafford. The 21-year-old has been absent from the United first team since the investigation by the club was launched, but if the Sun are to be believed, then the English forward could be about to make his return. According to the report from the Sun, Adidas have held secret talks about the forward potentially returning, and those talks have reportedly been described as positive. The report also states that the Old Trafford bosses are set to decide in the next few weeks over the player's future at the club, with the forward training with some of United's coaching staff after getting the green light to do so by the Red Devils. The forward has been pictured alongside former United winger Anthony Elanga recently, as the forward is seemingly stepping up his fitness regime as a return to United seems likely at this stage. As well as this, the report goes further and says that Greenwood and United boss Erik ten Hag have had multiple conversations around the situation, with these talks likely raising hopes of a return for the attacker. However, approval from Adidas seems key. A source reportedly told The Sun, "The initial signals from Adidas are positive. Without their blessing, it would be hard to see a way back, but they have communicated his return would not necessarily be an obstacle." Competing for the Premier League title is Manchester United's aim for the coming season, said Dalot. Diogo Dalot, who recently signed a new long-term deal with the club, feels the project under Ten Hag and his impact since his arrival have been major factors in his renaissance at Old Trafford. He said, "I think it's a combination of me and the club, the connection that we have, the project that the club believe that I can be a part of. Obviously, the manager, the important role that he had since he came here to help me to develop even more. So I think this is the perfect combination for me. I didn't have any doubts on keeping here at this club and fighting for even more." The 24-year-old was the de facto starting right back in the first half of last season, but lost his place in the second half of the campaign following an injury he sustained at the World Cup. So far this preseason, Ten Hag has placed his faith in Aaron Wan-Bissaka, with the Englishman starting all four preseason friendlies, and it seems he might start the first game of the upcoming campaign. But Dalot seemed unfazed and welcomed the challenge and felt this would keep him on his toes and help him reach new heights while simultaneously benefiting the squad. He went on to add, "If you want to play for this club, you have to be able to compete not just as a team, but as an individual as well. Every position we have at least now two players that can play and they can start a game for this club. I like to have this type of competition. I think I have a good teammate to do that, which makes me even more motivated to raise the level and fight for the position." As for his aims for the coming season, the former Porto star made it clear that while winning the Carabao Cup and reaching the FA Cup final were a great achievement, challenging for the Premier League is what this club is meant to do. He said, "Being up there competing for the Premier League, that's where we want to aim. We have a lot of teams to compete against, but we are Man United, so we have to look at it not as a motivation, but as a responsibility to fulfill the objectives of this club." Erik ten Hag says Man United have to raise the bar to finish in top 4 this season. Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag says Man United have to raise the bar to finish in the top 4 of the Premier League this season. Speaking in San Diego at the pre-match press conference, Ten Hag was asked what his expectations are for the season ahead. He said, "We have to raise the bar. The competition is very strong. It's going to be a huge battle. It's not between 2 or 3 clubs, it's between 7 or 8 clubs for the top 4. The boss was asked what he expected from Marcus Rashford after the player signed a new deal at the club. He said, "For Rashi also, we expect to raise the bar. Last season, he had a good season, but it doesn't guarantee that this will be a great season. We are looking for goals. He wants to take the next step and score more goals than he did last season." Ten Hag was also asked the qualities of Rasmus Hojlund, who is reported to be on his way to United after a deal with Atalanta was agreed, but said, "I can't talk about a player who's still under contract at another club." The manager was also asked whether he was happy that United had got transfer business done early this summer, unlike last season. On this question, he replied, "Big difference to last year. Now we have a foundation because we built the foundation with this squad last season. Now we have to find the right players to fit in. We did with Onana, we did with Mount, and now we have to find the right striker." On the next game, he said, "We find in Borussia Dortmund a very good opponent, second in the Bundesliga, so we will get tested." When Rasmus Hojlund could make his Man United debut as a transfer fee is agreed, Manchester United reached an agreement with Atalanta to sign Rasmus Hojlund on Saturday. The Red Devils have agreed to pay €75 million up front for the striker, with a further €10 million in add-ons. The transfer could be completed in a short notice, considering Hojlund is currently in the UK. The 20-year-old recently travelled with the Serie A outfit for their friendly at Bournemouth. He did not take any part in the game and will now travel north for a series of medical tests. Provided there are no hiccups, a transfer could be finalized within the next 24 hours. In that case, Hojlund could train with his new teammates as soon as they return from the US. United will return to Manchester following their friendly against Borussia Dortmund tonight. After this, they have two more pre-season games against Lens and Atletico Bilbao. United will host Lens at Old Trafford on August 5 before facing Bilbao in Dublin 24 hours later. In our opinion, Hojlund will most likely make his club debut against the League One runners-up. The fans could get their first glimpse of the young Dane in the United shirt, but he may not start. Hojlund has managed only 90 minutes of pre-season action and could make a late cameo. United boss Erik ten Hag is likely to ease the youngster into his first team plans. He may not be an automatic starter initially, with Marcus Rashford likely to lead the line. There are suggestions that Hojlund could play from the left wing for the first few games. Man United have already made opening bid for Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat. Manchester United have already made an opening bid for Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat, according to reputed journalist Alfredo Pedula. The Red Devils recently secured an agreement to sign Rasmus Hojlund from Fiorentina. The striker is expected to join the club in a deal worth €85 million. Amrabat is the next player on Erik ten Hag's radar, and Padula reports that United's bid for the Morocco international has already arrived at the Serie A outfit. United have been precise with their transfer target this summer. They have already signed Mason Mount and Andre Onana, who were the manager's preferred choices. Similarly, Hojlund was the Dutchman's prime striker target. As soon as Harry Kane became too expensive to afford, Ten Hag is now eyeing a reunion with Amrabat. The Moroccan worked under the Red Devils boss at Utrecht. He was handed his senior debut under Ten Hag, and the pair have had a strong relationship since. Personal terms have already been agreed over a summer switch, and a transfer now depends on the Red Devils meeting the transfer demands of the Serie A outfit. Fiorentina currently value their prized asset at €30 million. United have made an opening offer for the midfielder, but it's likely to be below the valuation of La Viola. The club have been smarter in the transfer market this summer and will most certainly try to sign Amrabat for a lower fee up front with performance add-ons. Amrabat would be a brilliant signing for United, as he is one of the best holding midfielders in Serie A. He would be a good upgrade on Scott McTominay and Fred. The Moroccan has been exceptional with his distribution and ball control over recent years. He also possesses a tireless work rate and likes to win challenges. He would provide strong competition to Casemiro for the number 6 role next term. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.